Hello and welcome. I am your host, Julie Brown, and you are watching the Fredericksburg History Review on FXBG.TV. Today, I am in downtown Fredericksburg, Virginia, with the story about the first Mother of the United States of America. This episode of the Fredericksburg History Review is presented by the Virginia Wedding and Event Network. The VAWE connects local wedding and event professionals across the state of Virginia with brides and grooms. Log on to www.vawenetwork.com to find out more about this amazing resource in the wedding and event planning industry. B. Anna Murray Bridal. All clothing worn during this episode has been provided by B. Anna Murray Bridal. B. Anna Murray Bridal provides elegant and designer bridal gowns at drastically reduced prices so your special day can be just like you have always dreamed of. Marriage, Carriage, and more. For an up-close look at Fredericksburg history or that touch to make your special day that much more memorable, take a ride with Marriage, Carriage, and more. Log on to www.oldtowncarriages.com to find out more about marriage, carriage, and more. Mary Ball Washington was born in Lancaster County, Virginia in 1708 to Joseph Ball and Mary Montague Johnson Ball. By age 13, both of Mary's parents had died, and family friend George Eskridge had been appointed her guardian. At age 23, she married Augustine Washington in 1731. Augustine Washington was a well-established widower, 14 years her senior, with 3 children of his own. After marriage, Mary lived at the Pope's Creek plantation where she gave birth to her first child, George, who she named after her guardian, George Eskridge. In 1736, the family moved to Mount Vernon, and Mary gave birth to 2 more children. 2 years later, Augustine purchased Ferry Farm in what is now Stafford County, Virginia, to be closer to his iron business. In 1743, Augustine died at the age of 49. George, who was 11 at the time, became the man of the house at a young age. After a couple of years, Mary allowed George to leave Ferry Farm to live with his half-brother Lawrence at Mount Vernon. George had his trunk packed and was ready to enlist as a midshipman in the British Royal Navy when Mary wavered and finally refused. In the end, George yielded to his mother's wishes. Because of this, George's interest turned to a career of surveying. In 1772, when Mary was about 64 years old, George purchased this home for her in Fredericksburg, Virginia, where she lived out the remaining 17 years of her life. George Washington paid his last visit to his mother in March 1789, 4 months before she died en route to his inauguration. On August 25, 1789, the woman that will be forever known as the first Mother of the United States of America died in the house that is now the Mary Washington House, located at 1200 Charles Street in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Mary Ball Washington was laid to rest on the Lewis Plantation a few steps from Meditation Rock. Tradition has it that this was her favorite retreat for reading, prayer, and meditation.